something has shifted in your energy, and I don't think that your person has missed it. You may, still care about this connection, but you're no longer standing in the same place waiting for the same answers. You started choosing yourself, and today we're going to see what that shift is doing in this connection. So, if this is something that resonates with you, possibly this reading will give you some clarity here. So, let's see what they are beginning to realize here and where this new energy could take the two of you here. We have three of inspiration. This is like three of wands. See, you have started looking beyond this connection. It's like, you're willing to kick whatever you have to away from your life. You're willing to climb up those, difficult steps here. There is a sense that you're thinking about your future, your possibilities, what else life has, for you to offer. And they may feel that you are no longer waiting around for them to decide what happens next. So this is what they are noticing or they have noticed in your energy recently. There's still affection here, but your energy has become much more independent, much more forward looking, and surprisingly um, attractive, because that's what creates attraction when you focus on yourself. Now we have Wheel of Fortune. See, they're beginning to understand the dynamic between the two of you has genuinely changed. They may have assumed you'd always be available, and now they're realizing that it isn't really guaranteed here. So there's this feeling that tables have turned. This wheel has shifted here. It can't stay stuck, right? So your change has made them realize that they can no longer take your presence for granted. We have the Chariot. See, they're feeling the strong urge to regain control over this whole situation, maybe the connection. This is where part of them wants to move towards you rather than simply sitting back and watching here. There's determination here, but there's this little mix of, ego into that determination. See, they may be asking themselves whether they still have a place in your life. So your emotional independence here is creating movement where there was previously hesitation, the energy was constantly stuck. We have Eight of Wands. See, Eight of Wands is, if you look at this, you see how, with what speed, it's moving forward here. This is where the energy gets considerably faster. Communication, messages, sudden developments, unexpected opening, it can come through. For some of you, it could be even in 8 days. Something that has felt slow may suddenly pick up momentum here. See, once the energy shifts, this could move much faster than you expect here. We have Page of Voices. They're curious about what you're doing, where you stand right now, where this connection stand, where maybe they stand in your life here. They may be observing you from a distance, trying to understand whether you've actually moved on, because that's what somewhat is felt from your energy, even if you haven't moved on. But since you are a little more focused on yourself, a little more detached, that's the energy they are receiving. So there's a strong mental energy here. They're thinking more than they're revealing. They want more information before they make their next move, is also what I get. So they're watching, wondering, and trying to figure out whether there's still a possibility, where there's still a door open here. Strength. See, they're trying very hard to control their emotions rather than act impulsively. I think that's what they always do. So there is attraction, there is feeling, but they're attempting to maintain composure. That it's like they have to, kind of thing. So your new confidence may actually make them more cautious, because that, they sense you're not going to just accept anything and everything that they, kind of bring to the table. So they feel more than they're showing, but They're trying very hard not to let you see it. So that's what's possibly stopping them from coming forward immediately. We have Emperor. See, what they want from this connection is some sort of structure. They want something more defined. Emperor is somebody who thinks logically, takes action. They may want to approach you from a position of confidence, not vulnerability. There's a desire to establish, where they stand with you. For some of you, this can indicate that someone is thinking more seriously about commitment, taking a more responsible approach here. So they're not just thinking about attraction anymore, they're thinking about where they stand in your life and how they should approach things. 10 of inspiration. See, the burden that they're carrying around this connection is where, you know, there is guilt, there is circumstances, there are, there's simply the weight of everything that has been left unresolved here. It's been an uphill walk for them here. See, part of them may feel that they have made the situation more complicated than it needed to be. They're realizing that avoiding the issue hasn't made anything simpler. It's just made it more intense or complicated. So they're carrying the weight of what has remained unresolved between the two of you right now. Queen of emotions. See, underneath all of this, what's happening emotionally is that, you know, they see you as someone emotionally significant rather than simply someone they're attracted to. Queen of, emotions is like Queen of Cups. So beneath this control of this emperor and chariot and everything, uh, there's genuine emotional depth. There's tenderness here that they haven't expressed necessarily. This isn't just about wanting your attention. This is where there's a softer feeling, affection underneath it all. So, under all of this control, there is still real emotional connection here. We have Tower. See, something about the old dynamic, it cannot continue the way it was. It's like, a truth, a conversation, a realization, an unexpected event can disrupt the existing pattern, or maybe it has already kind of interrupted it. This doesn't automatically mean a breakup. This means an old version of this relationship gets shaken up. So something that has been avoided may finally have to be confronted, is what this says. Um, See, this connection is heading towards a moment where the old rules no longer work. See, the progression that I see here is that you start looking forward, they notice, they feel the shift here. Movement begins with Eight of Wands. They watch you, Page of Swords. They control their emotions. They reassess their position. The weight becomes impossible to carry here, and emotions surface here. The old dynamics gets disrupted. And that's very different from will they come back? See, the real question becomes, if they come back, can they meet you or the version of you that no longer accepts the old dynamic of this relationship? See, this reading that has nothing to do with whether this person comes back or doesn't. The most important shift we've seen today is actually you. Um, you can love someone and still stop waiting for them. You can miss someone and still have standards, which they have to meet. You can leave the door open without standing at the door all day waiting for them, right? So maybe the real turning point here is that you don't have to become cold to become powerful. You're just looking ahead in life, focusing on what makes you happy, where your growth is. So let this connection unfold. Let them show you what, you know, they are, who they are becoming, what they are becoming. But you keep becoming who you are becoming. Because the right relationship shouldn't require you to abandon yourself to keep that relationship alive. I hope this gave you some clarity. Thank you for watching.